Welcome to the best itemization guide Predecessor has ever seen. With the 6th item patch well on its way, there's no better time to help players understand items than right now. Our goal with this video is to get you thinking about items and how they relate to heroes, provide some examples of what items are meta right now, and provide you a cheat sheet for creating your own builds. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and bell icon to stay up to date with all the new content. And with that being said, let's get crafting. Theory crafting is a skill that relies heavily on understanding your champion and how your game evolves over time. Having the awareness and knowledge to theory craft may not come instinctively, but with this guide, we hope to put you on your way to being a master item builder. Now, what's there to understand? A lot. Each champion is different and requires different attention when theory crafting. So, examples include: does your champion have a weakness? What kind of damage do you do? Physical or magic? What kind of subcategory of damage synergizes well on your champion, whether that be on hit, crit, attack speed, lifesteal with or without abilities? Then you have considerations like: does one ability do a bulk of your damage? Does enemy armor affect you? How do you generate gold? Do you kill minions for gold and need to buy expensive items during the laning phase? Or do you scale and get a bulk of your gold late from kills or split pushing? How do these scenarios affect you different when items are more or less expensive? To summarize, all these questions represent the why within your build and dictate what you need to build and when you build. Now, it would take an absolute lifetime to go through every champion, so rather than do that, we're going to go over common meta items. We will name the item, explain the why that it solves, and basically sum up some related considerations. So starting off, we're going to go look at the mage items. Tainted Scepter, anti-healing item. This item has huge damage / cooldown implications. It's usually built second, and this tends to be because most mages heavily lean into damage and try to get mages online fairly quickly. Orb of Enlightenment. It's a scaling item. This item is meant for late game strength over early game access to stats. So essentially, match length is going to be the major consideration with this item, as well as your playstyle. True Silver Bracelet. It's got CC immunity for your ultimate. Basically, any champion that has a hard time finishing a ult due to CC, like Gideon or Narbash, this is the item for you. Quick note, this shield is separate from other shields, so you can actually protect it with Soulbearer. Megacosm, anti-tank. Basically one of the most damage-focused items that give mages what they want. Basically power, mana, and ability haste. The item is very, very expensive, so we recommend that it's a first item, especially when you're gaining steady income from farming. So this item is great. It basically does damage based off of max health and percent bonus health. As damage over 3 seconds, basically dot damage. Next, you got Caustica, which is the best mage item, period. It is the only percent penetration for mages going against tanks. This item solves mana problems for champs like Argus, and because of the cheap build path, that's usually built third, and time to counter players building armor. Oblivion Crown, like most people know, it's pure magic power scaling for late game. Burst potential, whenever you want to throw away the idea of putting on armor late and you just want to just double down on damage, Oblivion Crown is your item. And then you got Golem's Gift. This is an anti-burst magic power scaling item, and it basically stops Kalari and Crunch in their tracks. It's super cheap, provides a lot of value against assassins early. Golem's Gift. Next, we got our carry items that are coming up on the board. You got Vanquisher, burst item for champs that aren't stacking attack speed, but rather have high damage / burst potential, like Murdoch, Drongo, and Revenant. Next, we got Sky Splitter, which is 100% meta. This item is for basic attack champions. It is meant to deal with bruisers and tanks because it deals with health stackers. This is usually a second item. Demolisher. It's the item that broke the tank meta. It forever scales off of tank like armor and health, so super strong on all carries. Perforator is a squishy burst item that focuses on penetration. Assassins use this item to burst a target down, and typically you either run Demolisher or Perforator. Demolisher focusing on armor bearers, and Perforator focusing on squishy targets. So team comp reliant. Stonewall, huge armor item. Basically, the you buy it to prevent assassins from bursting you. It's great on all tanks, and have seen it run on carries to prevent Feng Mao and Kalaria from getting to do what they want to do best. Next, you got Infernum, which is an assassin item. It's burst on hit, usually a Twin Blast item with an assassin playstyle. Mind Razor, assassin item, meant to help with wave clear. Twin, Wraith, Feng Mao, typically put this on first item slot because of Chalice. Stormbreaker, on hit starter item that scales and helps with wave clear. Next couple items are Bruiser items that like power, health. They have something to do with empowered basics and some type of movement speed mechanic, whether it's speeding up or slowing people down. So I'm going to go through this very quickly. You got Augmentation, Bruiser Meter on hit, Crunch, Empowered Basic, works on turrets for split pushing macro. You got Berserker Axe, Speed, Power, and Health with Empowered Basics. Typically runs second item. It's also got some type of movement speed mechanic as well. Basilisk, most broken physical armor shred item, period. It's first item, and you need this on at least one champion. Doesn't matter which bruiser guy is running it, but you need to have a Basilisk user. Tainted Guard. This is our first big armor item that is meant to apply a bleed based on armor. It's also kind of pushed towards that reduced healing, and synergizes well with its Tainted Bastion magic armor, Twinsy, not Twinsy. The next you got Raiment, which is a health item. Basically, you want to put this on someone like Support Steel. Second item lets you tank basics. This item absolutely dominates early, but once people start putting on that Demolisher, it starts to you need to start putting on some more armor. Speaking of more armor, you got Fire Blossom, extremely strong first item. Brimstone passive damage is huge for wave clear for full tanks. This item allows full tanks to exist. It allows them to push waves even though their clear may be booty. Now, to round it all off, we have Wellspring and Crystal Tear. These are utility healer items that synergizes with the support role. This is down the pathway of we're doubling down on what supports do good rather than building towards their weaknesses. Now, there are a crap ton of items we did not mention because this is meant to get your toes wet into the world of thinking about items and how they apply to your champions. Now, this wouldn't be a great video if I just left you here. So I'm going to introduce you to a cheat sheet resource that will help you jumpstart your newly acquired basics. We're going to go jump onto Ometa City. We're going to go head down to the dashboard and click a champion. For this purpose, we're going to click Twin Blast. We'll be clicking on builds. Once you get pushed to the next page, we are going to create a filter for players that have demonstrated a knack for winning. Then we will click the filter button. This will allow the data to actually reset and show you what we want to look at. This will show you the top 5 choices for each slot. For now, I want you to ignore win rate and focus mainly on matches with big numbers under it. This should show you which items were built most often at different parts of the game. I want you to play around with these items, use your knowledge of your champion and your playstyle to figure out which items work for you. This should give you a head start in your build journey, and hopefully you'll find tons of success. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe. Go ahead and join us in the comment section. What did you guys think? Did the information help you? Do you think it's gonna help you? Let us know down below. And like always, be blessed, be positive, be safe, and until next time, peace.